Guys, welcome to this video by Alcos Ventures. Today we're going to discuss inflation, supply, demand, and whether we can print more money to solve the problem. So let's just jump right in. What we're going to discuss today: what is inflation, why we just can't print more money to solve the problem, and whether supply and demand really has an impact on the pricing of day-to-day products. You might have noticed that in at least the last 5 years or 10 years that the cost of products is just going up every year. It might not be a significant increase, but there's definitely a difference. And you also might have noticed people in their 50s or 60s saying that everything used to be so cheap back in the day, but it's really expensive now to even go out and buy something simple. So we're going to understand this and why it's happening, and whether it's the price of products that's going up or whether it's the price of money or the value of money that's going down. So let's just jump right in. Today we're going to understand money supply, the availability of money in the economy, and how supply and demand affects inflation and the value of money. So we're going to take an example of 3 students who graduated college at the same time, joined the same firm, and make the same amount of money. So we're taking the example that each of them graduated and made $1 each every month. Now, assuming one of them performs really well and he gets a raise and he makes $2 and the rest continue to make only $1, you'll see that in the total money supply, earlier there were $3, now there's $4, which means earlier $3 was competing for the total amount of goods and services in the economy, but now you have $4 competing for the total amount of goods and services in the economy. So let's take an example and understand this. So 3 of them walk into a store, and initially if each of them walked into the store with just $1 each in their pocket, and let's say the bakery had 1 item each for each person, that would be 3 items in total, you'll see each of them contributing to 33% or 33.33% of the store's total sales. But now what you're seeing is that since one of them got a raise and one of them makes $1 more than the other 2, there's $4 competing for the total products at the store. And the store or the bakery has only 3 items available. So even if I were to take it from a dollar value, here the total contribution, assuming all 3 were to make a purchase, would be 33.33%. But now, because there's $4 available in the economy, then if there was just one store, then this money supply would contribute to 25% of the store's sales. So it's not that the price of products in the store went up because now there's more money competing for the same goods and services. It's actually that the value of money dropped. So there was an increase in the money supply, but the value of each note or the value of each dollar dropped by that value that went up. So in proportion to the increase in the supply of money in the economy, you see a direct decrease in the purchasing power of money, and that is inflation. So guys, if you really liked understanding this concept, make sure you smash that like button and hit the subscribe button if you're new to this channel. So let's go on to the next topic. Now, if you've been following the news, you'll see that countries are talking about their national debt. Presidents, while giving their speeches, are talking about national debt. They're talking about consumer spending. And to solve the problem, why can't we just print more money? Well, let's answer with an example. So let's take this pizza as our economy, right? Let's give it a dollar value. Let's say this pizza is worth $100 and our economy, total economy, is $100. And now you've got 3 people. So they order the pizza and they cut it into 4 equal slices, which means that this pizza represents 100%, which is $100. And now since there are 4 slices, each slice is $25. Now, the problem with printing more money is that you're actually not increasing the value of money. The problem with printing more money is that you're not increasing the number of pizzas, but you're actually cutting more slices into the same pizza. So right now, if each slice is worth $25 and you happen to cut 4 more slices so as to make it 8 pieces, then each slice is actually worth $12.5. So when you increase the supply of money, when you start printing more money, the value of each dollar actually goes down. But the total increase in dollar value of that economy doesn't go up, it actually goes down. But it's just that there's more banknotes, or it's just that there's a bigger number that you can see on your screen, but each number is actually worth much lesser. And the total of 100% of the economy would still be around the same. So you're only increasing the supply of money, you're not increasing the value of money. Let's take this a step further. So now that you're understanding that the total value of each dollar reduces, you also understand that the more they print, the poorer you get. And that's why you can't print more money to solve the national debt problem. Let's talk about supply and demand. And of course, we're going to do it with an example. Now, let's say there's one person living in the United States of America, and she has a net worth of $1. Now, assuming that the net worth stays constant, which means net worth continues to say $1, despite the increase in the number of people in the US. So let's take another number. Now let's say you have 3 people and you just have the economy being worth $1. What you've actually done is each person is not worth $1 in the next example, but all 3 of them put together are worth $1. So she represents 100%. Each person here would represent 33.33%. And if we were to add another person to the mix, then here each person represents 25% of the economy. Assuming that there is an increase in population without an increase in the money supply, or without an increase in the total GDP of the country, then there is actually a reduction in the value or the median income or median net worth of each person, because now you're increasing the more people in that country, but you're not increasing the amount of money generated by each person. So the problem here is that, sure, there might be an increase in money supply. Going back to our pizza example, right? There might be an increase in money supply. People might think, oh wow, we've got a lot more banknotes, or we've got a lot more money in our pocket. But when you go to the store, you realize that it also costs you a lot more to purchase the same products that you used to purchase. And the timelines also don't matter here. Sometimes, at least you might see that in a state of recession, this process accelerates. In the state of where the economy is doing well, this process slows down. Countries are also looking at a healthy amount of recession, and they want to keep it such that it increases the overall money supply in the economy, but also people are doing well and getting richer and paying more in taxes. So that goes back to social benefits that a country can offer. So it's all tied back into the same thing. Inflation is when you're not really increasing the value of money. You might get a promotion or a job, and it might be more money than you were getting paid a year before. But if the amount of inflation, let's say if inflation is at 3%, but they only bumped your salary 1%, that means you actually lost 2%, because prices in the market went up 2%. Or they went up 3%, but you were able to match the 1%, and you left out the remaining 2. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel and you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and check out some of our other videos. So thank you. See you again in the next video.